Приветствую всех, меня зовут Павел, мы продолжаем проходить Игру Престолов. И в предыдущей серии мы остановились на том, что повоевали, отомстили за убитого отца и сестру. И сейчас отправляемся на стену, которая, так понимаю, тюрьма. Все долги мы вроде как отдали. И, собственно, смотрим, что же у нас теперь из этого получилось. Они кличут какого-то Итана. Вот так, я так понимаю, Итан. Вот так, я так понимаю, Итан. В прятки что ли играют?
He hides too well, and if he were smart, he would reveal himself.
I don't like this game anymore. Maybe something happened to him.
Ethan's fine. He's just forgotten this is a game.
Я выиграл.
I win.
Congratulations, your lordship.
Don't worry. It's just a game, Ryan.
A stupid game. I don't like it.
He was worried you were gone.
I thought we'd never find you again.
I'm right here. And I promise, I'm not going anywhere.
I wish Mira was here. And Asher. And Roderick.
I do too. But Mira's in King's Landing and...
Can't she come home? I don't want her to die too.
Ryan, she's perfectly safe, I promise you.
I don't want Garrett to die either. Maester Ortengrin said he got sent to the wall. I'll miss Garrett. He was nice.
Garrett is strong. He can take care of himself.
No one will tell me what Garrett did, but it must have been serious. I heard Duncan and Sir Royland talking. They said someone will come here looking for revenge.
Everyone's worried about you, but I'm not. I know you'll protect us.
Who said they're worried about me?
Well, Sir Royland for one. He says you can't fight very well.
What?
And he calls you a milksop.
Sir Royland forgets himself.
He doesn't know me, or what I'm capable of.
What does milksop mean?
I don't know, but I know it's not good.
Ethan, you should let Sir Royland teach you how to wield a sword, like a man. He taught Roderick and Asher, and even showed me how to fight. Properly, I mean.
A lord should know how to fight.
Они еще совсем дети, блин. Я ошибся.
We all used to play here. You, me, Roderick, Asher. We'd all be out here for hours.
Не совсем, конечно, дети, вот этот самый маленький. Эти уже постарше.
Then everything changed. Roderick became so serious, the Lord in training, and he never smiled anymore. And Asher just got angry at everything. Promise me you won't be like that. Please, just be you. I like you the way you are. I know a lord has many responsibilities, but you don't need to be like them.
Ну давайте исходить из того, что, возможно, мне придется измениться.
I'd rather have my brother than a lord.
I'll have to have both, I'm afraid.
Все-таки королевская служба это такая. Сыграем немного умного парня.
I suppose.
Everyone will have to do as you say, so I could have all the sweets I want.
If only it were that simple. It would be nice if someone did what I wanted for once. But Ethan will be a good lord. A proper lord.
You have to understand. Being lord is a great responsibility. I can't just fool around.
Thank you for that, Roderick.
Lord Ethan, you're needed in the Great Hall at once. Quickly, on your feet.
Мы что, по очереди будем играть за разных персонажей? Это довольно интересно будет.
What's the matter?
Lord Whitehill has arrived, unannounced and certainly unexpected. He's come demanding justice.
Он требует не правосудия, он требует мести.
Stay with us. Please, Ethan.
He's demanding an audience with the Lord. We really must go.
It's your decision. You are the Lord.
If I were Lord, I would command Ethan to stay with his
Надо
family.
пойти разобраться с этим делом.
If if that's what's required of me.
Very well then.
Только что-то он, по-моему, в какую-то другую сторону пошел, не? Нормально все? Извините меня за это периодическое в этих видео.
They showed up unannounced. Lord Whitehill is in a lather. I assume you explained to Lord Ethan why they're here?
Business with Garrett. I told him.
Lord Whitehill knows Garrett is a squire to this house. Or was, I suppose.
Was. It makes no difference. The Whitehills were clearly in the wrong, so don't give him any satisfaction. Out there, you were decisive and firm. Now do it again with these bastards.
Let's not do something rash. Things are bad enough as it is.
Что мне ему
What should I say
сказать?
to him?
Tell him and his men to leave.
Now is not the time to anger Lord Whitehill any more than he already is. He's got 5 times as many men, and the backing of House Bolton.
На самом деле они оба рассуждают довольно-таки логично и правильно. Поэтому даже не знаю, на самом деле, что делать с этим ублюдком. Толстосум.
Lord Ethan, is it? My condolences for your father and brother. The late Lord Forrester was no friend to me or my house, but to his
Пошел
family
нахер.
was a loss. My only regret is I wasn't there to drive the dagger into his heart myself.
Ты не охерел плевать в моем замке?
All my life. The Forresters finally get their
Да
due.
какого хера ты творишь?
How dare you?
I dare, and I'll do as I damn well please.
Может, тебя прямо здесь сейчас зарезать?
And no bread and salt! What kind of fucking house receives a lord with no fucking bread and salt? You bloody amateur. No courtesies. I should have expected as much.
Успокойся.
Calm yourself, old man.
You little fuck! That's how you talk to a lord? You
Как следует с тобой разговаривать,
Shit on us
тварь.
for generations. Well, now the Starks are no longer around to have your back, are they? We're the power in the north now.
Roose Bolton is the Warden of the North.
Aye. And we've been his bannermen for 5 fucking centuries, you cunt.
Lord Ethan, you're losing control of this.
That's enough, Lord Whitehill.
I'm not finished. Maybe if you hadn't been so fucking greedy with the ironwood, things would have been different between us.
You squandered your share.
Our share was taken from us. We had no fucking choice but to harvest what was left.
What is it you want, Lord Whitehill?
Your man, the squire. We were minding our own business, keeping the king's peace, as his lordship here said, when your man attacked us for no reason.
Конечно.
Attacked for no
Вы
reason.
убили его
No
семью.
reason. You murdered his family.
Then you admit it was your man who killed my men. And a pig farmer at that. How do you answer for your squire, Lord Ethan?
Пошлю тебя куда
Your
подальше.
name. And you are the lord of this house.
We lost people too, Lord Whitehill. Your men murdered his entire family.
You lost pig farmers, not soldiers. The soldiers worth 100 of their type. Where's the fucking coward who killed my men? I know he's here. What have you done with him?
We haven't seen him. He was never here.
You little liar. I will find him. By the gods, you better hope I do, because if I don't, I'm holding you responsible. And you'll answer for what he's
Надо
done.
было первый вариант выбрать, на самом деле.
Until I have my justice. Now bring me the coward who did it, or you'll answer to Roose Bolton.
Ну давай, ну что сделано,
What
то
kind of
сделано.
fucking house is this?
A house of honorable men.
Lady Forrester.
You bellow like a wounded boar, Lord Whitehill. Have you forgotten your manners?
I mean no disrespect to you, my lady, considering your losses and all. But this...
Смотрите, как сразу хвост поджал.
It's over when my son says it is.
Наш разговор
This
окончен.
is over, Lord Whitehill.
Ethan is Lord of Ironrath now. By rights, his word is law here. If that displeases you, then I trust you can find the door.
That lad may be lord of this house, but Lord Bolton will have the final say. I'll send him a raven letting him know a Forrester man killed one of his own. That the new Lord Forrester lied to my face and denied me my justice. Then we'll see whose word is law.
Хотя я думаю, даже если я первый вариант выбрал...
You're a craven, Lord Whitehill.
Думаю, вариант... исход был бы тем же. Если я первый вариант выбрал.
I was wrong about your son, my lady. He stood up to him like a true lord.
You were brave, my son. But you'll need to be braver still when Ramsay Snow arrives to see you bend the knee. Prepare a raven. We need to send word to Mira in King's Landing at once.
Прошу прощения за такие дерзкие высказывания, ребят. Он меня действительно разозлил. Что дальше?
Although just a handmaiden, she has Marjorie Tyrell's favor. And Lady Marjorie's betrothal to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons at bay. If it's presented to her as it should be.
Так, а тут нам уже надо уговаривать. Что мы имеем? Это еще одна сестра Итана. Вторая. Амулеты, сделанные из железного стола. Посмотреть на...
Ethan made this for me.
Юнканская монета.
Asher sent me this coin to remember him. What a strange place, Essos.
Что такое Эссос? Да, что? Зачем? Почему?
It was very kind of Lady Marjorie to give this to me. It once belonged to Lady Elena.
Так, и последнее я оставил напоследок письмо. От кого оно? Что-то она не сказала, от кого письмо. Давайте тогда прочитаем.
Father.
Отец здесь королевской гавани, все предвкушение предстоящей свадьбы. Жители столицы полюбили леди Маргарет. Как бы я хотела, чтобы мы с матерью прибыли сюда, но я понимаю, что это вы прибыли сюда обстоятельством, вы не можете. Вам скучаю, но теперь между того дня, когда вы сможете сюда приехать, видимо. Грустно, грустно. Сейчас, так понимаю, нам нужно будет уговаривать. Поэтому поменьше дерзкости, побольше как бы самих уговоров. Что вот это такое? Старое. Не спеши умирать, не спеши, красавица. Так. Водичка, окно.
King's Landing. I wonder if it's sunny at Ironrath today.
Да не особо там вроде... Хотя нет, там вроде было довольно-таки солнечно. Письмо от матери.
It troubles me to even ask this of you,
Тебя
but you
поэтому
must
должна
appeal to
убить
Lady Marjorie to
Валерии
intervene on our
помочь нам.
behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Ну, я сделаю все, что смогу. Кто пришел? Интересно, все осмотрел? Давайте сначала посмотрим, все ли я осмотрела. В данном случае будет правильно сказать. Да иду. Но, видимо, больше никакого интерактива нету, потому что кто-то пришел.
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
No, it's fine. Come in.
Рабы. Суровость средневековья.
Begging your pardon, milady, but you all right? If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
I'm just worried about my family.
Ah, letter from home, is it?
It's kind of you to ask.
Of course, milady. You've always been kind to me.
Please hurry if you can. Lady Marjorie will be here any minute.
Of course, milady.
Я подумал на секунду, что я не должен был ему говорить, но раз он сказал, что она с ним всегда хорошо обращается, то я понял, что я правильно сделал.
I may be wrong, but it seems like you do.
Думаю, тебе стоит.
Perhaps you should come back later.
Of course, milady.
Не стоит задерживаться, чтобы здесь увидела леди Маргари, кого-то из рабов. Это она?
Lady Marjorie, you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk. Come, there's something we must discuss.
Это верно, нам нужно многое даже обсудить, я бы сказал. А это кто еще такая?
On the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining.
You're very kind.
Очень добрый. Давайте начнем издалека.
But you must not despair. We will get through this together. You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor. She was very pleased with herself. Her face was full of mirth as she said it.
What does she intend to do?
She intends to make you miserable, knowing that will make me miserable as well. She demands
Так, уже хорошо.
She wants an apology of some sort for what
Так,
I
надо
don't know.
потихоньку издалека, и думаю, мы с ней все решим.
I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with Cersei.
Дайте спросим, что я должна сказать.
What do I say?
Find a way to appease her. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear. See if the Queen Regent is ready to receive us.
Не успел так поговорить с Маргари.
You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Good luck.
Thank you. Может, у нас еще будет возможность поговорить. А может, мне надо с ней было поговорить, я не знаю.
You can do this.
Надеюсь. Пошли. Очень много людей. Очень много людей.
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
Так, преклонить колено.
Your
Это будет лучше.
The girl knows her courtesies. Impressive. You may rise.
Да, отлично.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
House Forrester's loyalty to the crown never wavers, Your Grace.
I see. And yet, for centuries the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark. A house of traitors.
They were the ones of the North. We all served at the pleasure of the king.
Clever girl.
Как-то так.
Perhaps too clever for her own good.
The girl did say their loyalty was unwavering.
She has a talent for equivocation, yet I question what she really thinks. Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Несомненно.
Absolutely.
I see. Despite the fact Roose Bolton allied with Walder Frey. If it was me, I'd find it difficult to so quickly forgive the men who killed my father. Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forrester Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Our talent is unrivaled, Your Grace. Forrester Ironwood is highly sought after in the Seven Kingdoms.
So I'm told. It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
Yes, Your Grace. I would do anything.
I see.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
I won't judge her, Your Grace. I wasn't there. I didn't face her decisions.
Aren't you a delightful girl? If only one could flit through life without ever holding an opinion of their own.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure she would...
Let the girl answer the question. Go on.
My loyalties would never conflict, Your Grace.
That's a coward's answer. I will not have my time wasted by a northern girl who thinks she can play games. Who do you choose?
Твою мать, вот это уже... Выкая, конечно же, клевость Леди Бар, кажется.
I must choose Marjorie, Your Grace.
Clearly your handmaiden does not have her priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
I'm not quite sure what to make of her. Not surprising, I suppose, for a northern girl. But not very encouraging either. I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
Может, зря. Может, зря. Ну что хочешь спросить, спрашивай.
This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
These are trying times, my lord. My family fears what might happen now that the Boltons rule the North.
They must still answer to the crown. You shouldn't forget that, nor should they. You were brave to declare your loyalty to Lady Marjorie. No doubt she was pleased, but Cersei...
Значит, правильно сделал
not soon forget what you said. It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining. But it certainly wasn't what Cersei was expecting.
I wasn't trying to please her.
I think that was clear to everyone. My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The Crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the Crown in this regard, not her.
You can help my family.
I suppose the Crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that? It may be far too dangerous.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
Thank you for the advice, Lord Tyrion.
Just be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Как-то так, ребята, даже замолчал, потому что слишком сосредоточился на этом. Но, по-моему, я все сделал правильно, на мой взгляд. На мой скромный взгляд.
Mira, I was worried. How was it? Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing. It's more than a little intimidating.
Ну, давай ответим.
Well, really? That's a relief. Cersei is known for being rather difficult. Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jaime. I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah?
What? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour, which I doubt is Dornish for wife.
He is quite handsome.
And quite passionate, from what I've heard. Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like. Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen? He does have a certain look about him, and he's always treated Lady Marjorie well.
I'd marry anyone if it helped my family.
Right, of course. Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as Queen of the 7 Kingdoms. I might even allow you to be my handmaiden.
Вот уж честь.
See, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match! Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing? Well? Sarah?
We're sorry, my lady. We were just having fun.
This is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move.
Надо было попросить прощения, но, в принципе, так мы вроде попросили его.
Rather disappointed by your display, Mirror. I'm just glad it's over. King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Do you agree?
People are not always so easy to please. If you showed Cersei your true heart, she would stab it with a fork.
You learn very quickly. You were brave agreeing to
Будь на месте Марк или другая, она бы уже и голову снесла с плеч. Я так думаю. Такие смелые мысли в то время очень быстро это делали.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important. I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are no secrets between us.
Да, вот я так не думаю.
About my family.
I trust her.
Я бы хотел поговорить наедине.
I prefer to speak with you alone.
Прости, Сэра, но это не для твоих ушей. Разговор. Вот это плохо.
Go on.
Ask. Помощь.
Forgive me, my lady. I wouldn't otherwise ask this of you, but my mother insisted. It's about my family.
Ramsay Snow. What would you have me do?
My mother fears our family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. She thought, if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown. I know it's a lot to ask of you, and I wouldn't otherwise, but she insisted.
That is no small request, especially now.
I know, my lady, and I wouldn't ask this of you otherwise. But my mother has left me no choice. She insisted.
Joffrey knows only too well your family fought for the Starks. And now you would have me ask him to intervene? Is the situation that dire? Joffrey will not look favorably on such a request.
It is that dire, my lady. I fear for my family's safety.
I don't know, Mirror. If Cersei were to find out...
Не бойтесь.
Don't let the Queen bully you. You have power over him, Lady Marjorie, as no one else does. Not even his mother. Ramsay Snow will arrive at Ironrath within the week. I would never ask this of you if it weren't so urgent.
Very well. I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my lady. I will send a raven to my family at once.
По-моему, я все-таки все сделал довольно-таки правильно. Железный ствол. Ладно, ребят, на этом мы эту серию закончим. Она в большинстве своем заключалась только в разговорах, очень сложных разговорах, но все-таки, я думаю, время уже подходит, и поэтому давайте на этом эту серию закончим. Повторюсь я снова. Спасибо за просмотр, надеюсь, вам нравится это прохождение так же, как и мне. И вы будете с интересом его смотреть и ждать следующих эпизодов моего прохождения. Хотя рано это говорю, потому что эпизод еще не закончен, но тем не менее. Всем удачи, всем пока, ребята.